Yeah, this torture aspect is something that's
Yeah.
that's often brought up for guys when they go into yoga, because
Yeah.
they see the person next to them, and oftentimes in a yoga studio or in the mirror, and they try to keep up with them.
Right.
They end up hurting themselves. I hurt myself
Yeah.
practicing yoga, trying to keep up with the, come to find out, professional dancer next to me practicing yoga. And so I think it is beneficial to find a yoga class for guys that suits them. And so my suggestion is always to find a teacher who looks like you. I know there's a lot of feasibility studies with yoga involving veterans who are way more open to a yoga practice if another veteran's teaching it. I think it's similar with all guys. Like, I think maybe that's why I resonate with guys, because they see me, they're like, oh, bigger guy, athlete. I get that. That's like me. Like, I also like to lift weights and run. I hurt myself growing up with sports, and so they might read my bio or see me and like, he doesn't look like we would think a quintessential maybe yoga person might look like stereotypically. And so, you know, if you seek out somebody who looks like you, has the same history as you do, I think there's just way more resonance. You're able to communicate and connect with your students easier. And I do think if you've got that injury history, you know the right path for your students to stay out of injury, to modify. So it isn't so, it'll be difficult, no question. People are always come to yoga and they're like, my goodness, this is also an exercise. I sweat. I was like not expecting that. I thought we were going to sit around or something. But it'll always be some sort of challenging component to it. But if you've got the right teacher, should be less torture, hopefully,
Yeah.
and more fun. And also with the men's class, in good company. You know, I think men often, myself included, have to watch myself. I love this like Lone Ranger narrative. Like, I'll do it on my own. But reality of it is, you know, you look at the numbers, loneliness and, you know, isolation after COVID, I feel like it's takes a toll on your mental health. And
Right.
I think guys, especially, there's not many spaces that are guys only, where they get together and have a conversation. And I think there's a lot of benefit of this shoulder to shoulder like therapy, where men are more willing to talk, more willing to open up when they're doing something like a yoga alongside their buddy, playing golf, fishing, these sort of things, playing basketball. It might sound weird, but I think we're more willing to open up and talk. And I even talk to my friends who have, you know, little boys, and like they're like, man, we sit down at the dinner table and we say, hey, how was your day? Tell me how you're doing.
Good.
Nothing, silent, right? Like,
Good.
I don't know if you have a son, but
yeah,
you start,
sons.
you
Fine
start
is
doing
my word.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
You start doing the dishes, and all of a sudden they're like, let's slow down doing these dishes because they won't stop talking. And
Yeah.
you know, I didn't think of this until I wrote about it and researched it, and I'd see this in myself, oddly. Like, somebody wants to sit down and have a coffee eye to eye and talk, you know, it's like gritting my teeth, like, why is this so difficult? We go for a walk or a hike, do something that involves activity. I mean, I could still have eye contact with the person, but oddly enough, like, way more willing to may develop a deeper connection with somebody that way.
Yeah. I think